Take a little moment to relieve all your tension. Lose yourself to somebody else. Your mind's the creator and your body's the extension. Give me that, I'll give it back. If I scratch your back, you need to scratch mine. You need to get yours, I need to get mine. If I scratch your back,